All right, everybody, welcome back to coverage of MXP My name's Hai. I'm here with Jason Yee, and we are bringing you coverage from the Modern 20K 8-slot RCQ here this weekend at this awesome event hosted by Laughing Dragon. We are sponsored by Heavy Play, we are sponsored by TVU Networks, and we are about to bring you backup magic from round number 5. And Jason, this is a little bit of a change of pace. Let's say we are going to have a look at Eldrazi Tron in the hands of Cody Molina up against Nam Dang on Bant Nadu. And I've taken a little bit look at the decks. This Eldrazi Tron in this day and age, Jason, it's not exactly the matter reshaper deck of old.
No, it's not. We have Karn, the Great Creator, now with a powerful wish board. We have powerful new MH3 cards like Sowing Maiku Spawn to help assemble Tron and also attack your opponent's mana base. We have Kozilek's Command, All-Star from MH3. But we do still have those World Breakers.
Okay. So I think we saw Cody there. Just get started with the one that you can look at your hat. Am I going to Devourer of Destiny? That's the one.
Yeah, it looks like you chose to exile all four and keep nothing on top.
That does seem to be the case. So we'll see how this hand develops out there for Cody. Meanwhile, Nam with the halfling on one, and that's immediately going to be answered by Cody.
And Nam, of course, is on the menace of the format, Bant Nadu, looking to combo off as early as turn 3. There are some builds that can technically do it on turn 2, though I've never seen that actually happen.
Yeah, Jason, this is the deck you played at the PT, right?
Yes. This is what I was playing at PT Amsterdam, PT Nadu, colloquially.
Yeah, yeah, let's be serious. PT Nadu. And Nam, by the way, a local friend of mine from Vancouver, BC. So great to see him here at MXPLA. Here's Thought Not Seer, and we're going to get to have a look at Nam's hand along with Cody. And Jason, what are we looking at here?
So it looks like, okay, I can't quite see the third card, but there's a Nadu in a pack, so that's roughly 2 copies of Nadu. A third land in Dryad Arbor, but it looks like there's no blue source. Yeah, no blue source.
Oh,
Stormdrake can get rid of the Thought Knot, and you can either choose to keep the Thought Knot or sack it and draw a card. But obviously that's going to be hard to cast without any blue sources. And it looks like Nam is not on any copies of Springleaf Strum, so this Urza Saga won't be able to find a blue source either. So that
okay.
mainly looks like the limit on this hand from Nam. Not like combo pieces. There's already the Saga that's going to be a Shuko, and the path that's going to be a Nadu in hand, but instead just lack of the ability to cast Nadu.
All right, and did get that Nadu taken away. Drew a mystery card off the top, looking for that blue mana as you were describing. And don't forget, Nam did keep a hand with a halfling in it, right? So there was at least like some. There was a blue source for Nam, even if it was a little bit more tenuous at the beginning of this game. Now I'm rocking the EV tokens as Spring Heart Nantuko tokens.
So I wonder how many he has. He'll need a lot if he ever
Yes.
combos.
Oh, that's true. Here's Cody with has the mind. Okay, all right. Let's get official up in here. The EVs go away. We're gonna get the insects. Cody's gonna put a talisman on the battlefield. I think Cody has power plants and a mine, but no tower at this moment.
The one piece missing off of Tron, but you do have the Soul Land in Eldrazi Temple, so next turn, even without making a land drop, you have 6 mana for Eldrazi.
Okay, all right.
And that theoretically would be enough to cast a Sowing Micah Spawn next turn, which could deepen Nam's land issues.
Well, this Saga's also going away, right?
Yeah. So really, Nam's working on some limited resources, but you don't need that many resources to combo off with Nadu, thankfully.
Okay, so Nam floats the mana, goes to get the Shuko, presumably. Is there anything else to get here for Nam? There's a
I
Hex
think,
Parasite.
yeah, Hex Parasite or
There's
what's it?
Haywire Light?
Yeah, yeah, there it is. Yeah, Nam has one Hex Parasite, one Haywire Might, 4 Shukos as the only main deck Saga target. Looks like it's gonna be a Hex Parasite.
Okay, so Hex Parasite comes down. Of course, you can pay X and Phyrexian to remove up to X counters from target permanent. For each counter removed this way, Hex Parasite gets +1/+0 until end of turn. So presumably it's just a nice little free activation.
Well,
Codex
Nam
3.
says no blue source, no problem. Let's convoke out this cord for 3.
Wow, look at this. The Springheart Antuco is making the tokens. And Cody's face is exactly how I would feel, by the way. Like, come on.
Yep.
There's Nadu.
I suspect there might be a Shuko in hand because it feels kind of weird to get the Hex Parasite instead of Shuko. Yep, there we go. There's the Shuko.
Okay.
Nam
All
just
right, talk us
wanted
through
the,
this, Jason.
Yeah, Nam wanted the extra creature because now every single creature that Nam has is 2 Nadu triggers because you get to equip Shuko for free for 0 mana. And every time you do that, you're going to trigger Nadu, doing the coiling Oracle effect, looking at the top card of your deck, revealing the top card of your deck. If it's a land, you put in play, otherwise put in your hand. So you just get to tear through your deck this way. Every single land you hit will go directly into play, which will make you more mana and also more insects from these Springheart Nantukos. So as long as you keep chaining lands, those will give you more insects, which will give you more creatures that you can use to trigger Nadu. And here you see the classic Nadu helper token being brought up here. How it works is the thing in the middle will be the thing that just got equipped with Shuko, and then it'll get equipped again and move to the right. And then this is just the conveyor belt as creatures move from left to right. But with 2 Springheart Nantukos in play already, it's going to be pretty hard to fizzle as every single land will present 2 more insects, which is 4 more triggers. And if you do the math, there's more than 1 land every 4 cards on average.
Right. Okay, so we're gonna see Nam kind of spin the wheels here. The lands are coming. I know everyone must be sick of this by now, but like this is my first modern event that I've covered with Nadu in it, so I'm still like pretty happy. Like, yeah, I love to see this. Want to see some lands hit the battlefield.
It looks
And
like either I was mistaken or Nam may have forgotten the existence of the second Nantuko because I only see the insects ticking up by 1 per land, which seems to be no problem as the lands keep flowing. But
is there a second? Is that one underneath the regular version one? That's definitely another Nantuko, right?
I think so.
Or
I
is
think
it
that's what that
maybe
is.
a different?
No, yeah, no, I'm pretty
No,
sure
that's
that's
not. No,
yeah,
that's
yeah, that's
it's.
all part.
Oh no! Oh no! I think he's realized. Oh no!
It's fine. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Okay. All right.
We've passed the point where any of this matters. So after you draw your deck, okay, there. He's realized now that after playing 1 more Nantuko, he now has 3, not 2.
Okay.
So
All
yeah,
right.
after tearing through your deck, there are many different win cons that people play. Online, most people play Thassa's Oracle because it's easiest and specifically easiest on the clock. But in paper, we don't need to worry about that necessarily. I mean, obviously, there's still the round clock, but like if you're in turns, you just do get your full turn for comboing. So
Right.
that's the important part. I think it looks like here Nam is using a copy of Finale of Devastation as a potential finisher. You get to play that for X equals a very large number after making a bunch of mana with all these untapped lands, which will give all your creatures plus X plus X. So if you have any untapped creatures that can attack, that's a way to have lethal. There's also various somewhat complicated endurance loops that I probably won't get into full detail on, where you put a Spring Heart Nantuko on top of a endurance, which lets you just repeatedly go through your deck over and over, sacrificing
Oh my
lands
goodness!
to.
Get out of here, Jason.
You get to sacrifice lands to
That
Sylvan
is the
Safekeeper.
most Jason thing I've ever heard. Yeah, let's yeah, you could copy your endurance and then keep looping your deck and then put the lands into play, and then you can, I don't know, put the lands back. I don't know. That's just all right. The dice are getting moved around, and honestly, I think what we can really say, Jason, is that it's a great time for permanence right now. Like permanence, so hot in Modern.
Yes. In fact, one of the few one of the more tricky hate pieces that Nadu has to play through sometimes, which isn't relevant in this matchup, is having too many permanents. Specifically, Rakdos Charm is a card I've seen people play against Nadu. Weaponizing all of Nadu's 1/1 insects against it.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's actually hilarious. I love that.
Yeah, okay. So I'm just
right.
showing the finale.
Yeah, that's gonna do it. Nam Dang on Bant Nadu taking down the first game, and this is, that's it. That's the deck. That's the burp. We've seen it do its thing. And now Cody's gonna have just having a look through the whole deck. Wants to make sure he knows exactly what build his opponent is on. But I believe players do get to exchange deck lists before the round starts, right? I'm not going crazy.
I think it is closed deck lists. But like as
cool.
part of the Nadu combo, you go through your entire deck and you like the Nadu triggers all reveal a card, right? Instead of just drawing a card. So you do get to see your opponent's deck if you're paying attention, and you can ask like, okay, hey, can I see all these cards after?
Right. Well, it is okay. So yes, it's closed deck lists until the top 8. So tomorrow afternoon, the players in the top 8, they're gonna actually get to see each other's. But yeah, as you say, the whole deck was revealed. We're gonna go to the sideboard. Let's have a look what Eldrazi Tron is working with. 3 copies of the Stonebring, Dismember, and then a bunch of Wishboard cards. One Dismember, Walking, and then the Wishboard cards: Walking Ballista, Wormcoil Engine, Sunring Titan, Cityscape Leveler, etc., etc., etc. And I guess Stonebrain, Jason, is that relevant?
The big thing that Tron wants to do in this matchup is definitely cast and use the Stonebrain naming Nadu, right? If you can do that before Nadu hits play, then you completely shut off the Nadu's combo. And of course, as we saw on like turn 3-ish, Nadu still has plenty of ways to put like a bunch of power and toughness on the board in the form of insects, but that is at least a lot more interactable, a lot easier for Tron to deal with. So really, I'm expecting to see all 3 Stonebrains and probably the Dismember as well to fight against the combo. And just like trying to remove the possibility of combo from Nam's deck. And meanwhile, on Nam's side, it looks like, okay, I was actually, I thought that Nam, I've talked with Nam a bit about Nadu, and I thought that he was someone who played with Titanium, the sideboard, the 5-mana Titania, which is a classic. I know a lot of people play it to dodge these extraction effects, right? To have a backup threat that works very well with Sylvan Safekeeper after you've been extracted, but I don't see that here. So if Nam gets extracted, it might actually be somewhat of a rough game.
All right, let's see what happens here. Game number 2 between these 2 players. Cody Molina on Eldrazi Tron needs to win both this one and the next one to get the reverse sweep and stay undefeated today. Nam a game up already with Urza's Saga on 1. Cody's going to get ramping with the Talisman and 2 Tron pieces live already. And, is there some way in which Tron can just kind of beat the Nadu deck on speed here?
I mean, Stonebrain is that way, right? Because now we see with this Talisman, if Cody has a land drop next turn, which presumably Cody will have that land drop, then that's the 4 mana you need to play and activate the Stonebrain. And obviously, if you have the third Tron land, that's perfect. And okay, not quite the third Tron land you're looking for, but you do have a bunch of ways to fight
Oh,
Nadu as early as turn 3 on the play app.
all right. Well, it's not going to be Stonebrain just yet. It's going to be sowing Micro Spawn to get the third Tron land. So we are going to see Power Plant come down. That's going to make 2 mana. Cody passes the turn and gets to use the Saga. Go and fetch something. But is Cody giving Nam a window here?
Unless Cody has the one of Dismember, I don't know what else could deal with a Nadu played out here. If Nam actually does have the Nadu, this might just be the match.
All right, let's see. Nam, I believe, does have the Nadu, by the way. It was in his opener.
Mm-hmm.
So the Shuko, we can see that was gone with the Saga. Nam's doing the old think and tap while counting thing, which is the thing you least want your opponent to do.
Well, and we do see a Dismember, so that makes sense. That's why Cody was willing to tap down in order to develop Tron. Very important to develop Tron, of course, but not going to matter if you're going to die to Nadu. But Dismember helps that. Ooh, but Safekeeper fights that back.
Sylvan Safekeeper first, followed by Nadu. So you can start sacrificing lands. And is there any way in which Cody maybe just uses it here?
It like you can use the. I think Cody maybe should have used the Dismember before the Nadu hit the battlefield, because like it at least forces Nam to like commit sacking a land, which also then like gives one of Nam's creatures Shroud, which like it doesn't matter too much, but it does take away 2 Nadu triggers, right? Like a creature with Shroud can't be targeted by your own thing, so you just lose access to those 2 Nadu triggers. But now that Nadu's on the battlefield, if you target something with Dismember and then Nam protects it, Nam will just naturally get both of those triggers, because the Dismember is now targeting and the Safekeeper is now targeting.
Right. Okay. So Cody waits for the Nadu to come down. Waits for the trigger to go on the stack, so like the Shuko trigger. Has to use Dismember now. Has to think about where to use it, and it just feels like just trying to push back against the tide at this point.
Like
a
they're
little bit of a discussion between the players.
figuring out what exactly is happening with the stack, perhaps.
So Shuko trigger is definitely on the stack. Cody says, okay, I'm going to target Nadu.
Nam will resolve 1 Nadu trigger and then presumably save the Nadu with Safekeeper. Yeah, there we see that.
Yeah. So Nadu's going to keep going.
Now the original Halfling trigger will resolve. So now what Nam is looking for is Springheart Nantuko, basically, or it's some way to find Springheart Nantuko in order to like keep this flow of creatures, right? Like you do need to continuously have more and more creatures enter the battlefield and like become available targets for your Shuko. And Springheart Nantuko is your best way of doing that. You can also reset your entire board by playing a second Nadu and legend rolling. But it looks like there's the Nantuko. So
okay. All right. To Jason's great disappointment, no need for the legend rule.
Well, we're not out of the woods yet. Okay. Nam only has 2 more triggers. Well, only 2 more Nadu triggers. There's the fetch land. Okay. That's 2 more insects.
Yeah.
Pretty hard to fizzle from here then.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Another fetch land. That's another insect. And Cody's really just F6 kind of staring at what's going on here. And just thinking about that turn that Cody chose to play out the Micro Spawn instead of going for the do we know that Cody had a Stone Brain in hand?
I suspect Cody didn't have a Stone Brain because, like, if you have a
Okay,
Stone Brain, like, it is your priority to Stone Brain. But
right.
Cody kept a hand on the play with a Dismember, which is pretty reasonable. But unfortunately, that just didn't line up well into Safekeeper, right? If the Safekeeper wasn't there, right, and we didn't see it at first, we thought it was just a Nadu, and yeah, here we see Cody
Right.
scooping up.
Okay.
But without the
All right.
Safekeeper, that Dismember would have done a lot. With the Safekeeper, unfortunately, not enough.
And it was the one of. Right? It's just one copy of the Sylvan Safekeeper in
Yeah.
the deck when Nam had it in the opener. That's going to propel him to the 5-0 here at the Modern 20K at MXP LA, hosted by Laughing Dragon. And going to be very, very pleased, I think, to be maintaining that unbeaten record 5-0 while for Cody, it's certainly not the end of the line of 4-1 going into the next round. Some good stuff there, and really just goes to show this is the power of the Nadu deck. This is what the format is contending with, and this is maybe, Jason, what we're going to see some action against in the next week or two.
Nadu's not going anywhere for at least a week.
Okay. All right. And that is going to do it for all of our action from round number 5. We're going to get set up for round number 6. Jason and I will be back with you. We're going to be with you until the end of the play today, all the way till round number 8. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back with round number 6 after this.